get out of your comfort zone and you got to get stronger, you know what I mean? Mentally and physically. Whether that means being alone for like some extended period of time, do a lot of meditation, go to the gym, you know, get a little better in shape, eat a little better, work a really difficult job, save some money, use that money to better yourself. And then from that plateau, it's a lot easier to make friends, because then, you know, you've gained power to your system. And that's what people want, right? Because you got to realize that everything is an exchange, okay? Like when you meet people, you hang out with people, you're constantly exchanging your energy. You're constantly exchanging your thoughts, your vibes. People want to be around positive, funny, good people. And like, this is coming from experience. Like, I used to be a really bad person in terms of like, just, you know, I felt broken, sad, low energy. I even looked quite weak. But I spent many years, you know, kind of like building myself, learning from my mistakes and gaining my volume. People are routers. Like, if you hang out with someone who's exactly like you, that's all fine, that's all well. But the greatest growth, the greatest transformation, the greatest value is when people are actually different. There's more to learn, there's more to gain, there's more energy that is potential, that has its potential. You get what I'm saying? If you want a powerful friend, if you want like a really good partner, you have to be and you have to have an excess supply of what that other person doesn't have. Yes, it can be money, it could be energy, it could be health, it can be knowledge of a certain thing. Those things other person doesn't have. Without speaking, you become a magnet to that person, and vice versa. You get what I'm saying? Everything is magnetic. Everything has magnetic attraction, right? So just on the very simple basis, like friends, right? Like one of my good friends back in the day, right? He was very different than me, okay? I was calm, I was composed. I would say I was probably wiser than him, but he was the opposite to me. He was like angry, fired up, always ready to fight someone, just full of energy. But at the same time, he was funny as hell, and he was, you know, he was fun to drink with, and like, he was like, I can't even describe it. Like, he was like a character from a movie or a comic or like an anime, you know, like being with this dude, being with my friend, right? It was like funny. It was entertaining. It was good. But at the same time, this dude was like a troublemaker, you know what I mean? And like, he got into some like legal issues. It felt like I was always the guy to kind of like steer him away from that. You know, I'd give him some advice, or I'd kind of like, I'd help him when he's drunk. I was always, to say the least, I was a lot more stable emotionally than he was, right? But physically, he was stronger than me. So if I ever went through something, he would be there to have my back. So like, it was this weird complementary, good chemistry of a friendship, right? And what made it work was that we were opposite. We were completely different. You know what I mean? If we were the same, I mean, I don't know, like people deviate a lot easier if they're just the same, you know? If you're like the same, you have the same likes, same dislikes, same appearance, same this and that. I mean, like, yeah, I guess it works in a lot of ways, but the magnetism, the power just ain't there, you know? Like male and female, right? Like a woman, she'd be like real curvy, and a little shorter, a little smaller, the dude is big, you know what I mean? Like where she's thick, the guy's thin, you know, like the dude's got a big ass back, chick's got a big waist. That's positive, negative. That's like magnetic attraction. You know what I mean? Yin and yang. One person is wealthy and has very good knowledge of the financial systems of the world, knows how to drive, knows how to fix things, knows how to build houses, right? But let's just say the woman, like the wife or the girlfriend, right? But she's a really good healer, right? And she's a really good cook. And she's also like a really good, like she builds in a different light, in a different way. Like she weaves she makes things happen in a different dimension, almost a higher dimension than the man, right? Like that is different. There's two different worlds, two different dimensions, but it's complementary, right? If you want friends, you have to develop some excess supply of a certain power, certain strength, certain group of qualities within you. And what you'll notice when this happens, or when you just exist in reality, in society, the people that you need to meet will just appear in your life. You know, they'll just pop up, they'll just spawn next to you on the street. All you have to do is just make conversation. Or like, you know, you like go to some club or some like group thing, some community thing, and you end up meeting the people that you need to learn from. One step forward in a certain environment, the universe brings that other step towards you. You have to make the movement. So you got to actually get your energy together and get to the environment. You love games, go to a gaming convention. If you love heavy metal, go to a heavy metal gig. If you're a car guy, go to a car meet. And then the extra step, you'll just meet people. You know what I mean? That's how friends are made, okay? And another thing I'd like to share with you is, you know, the universe works in mysterious ways. In my experience, the universe has always worked in incredibly mysterious but synchronous ways. And sometimes life or the universe just blocks people from your path. People deviate away from you, no one replies to you. You just end up becoming like this lonely person. Now, my reasoning for this, based on my own experience, is when this thing happens to you, that means that the universe is actually supplying you with the space to reform something big in your life. Because you see, if you're constantly going out every single weekend with that same girl or that same friends, or you're constantly going to those parties or those community gatherings or whatever it might be, then you are outside of your, like, you're just going outside of yourself a lot. You're spending a lot of energy, a lot of time outside yourself. Sometimes the universe mysteriously just gives you a lot of space and creates a lot of distance that is like being prepared for the next stage. And that next stage might require new knowledge, new wisdom, new set of skills. Study really hard. Really train yourself and become like super saiyan strong, you know, like gain new knowledge, new wisdom, like you level up. And then the universe provides you with like these next level people. You look at them, you realize that if you were your older self with the older habits that you had and the older mentality that you had, these people would just reject you. They wouldn't want to be around you. But these people, these next new people, friends, girlfriend, whatever it might be, like on a different wavelength, on a different frequency. Get up to that level so that the gods can meet you halfway. You know, and the gods exist in nature and within the nature of people. They're not necessarily out there always. They're actually right here, right? And it just takes a new, more concentrated and purified state of mind to perceive them. and to see them in the heart of others.